Okay, so this video will be a follow-up to a previous one I dropped. Was 5 signs or 5 things to consider that you might be ready for a relationship. This is going to be 5 things, 5 reasons why you may not be in one, or why God hasn't put you in one yet. So, number 1, being fully submitted. And that means, are you fully submitted to God? Are you fully trusting Him? Have you put everything in His hands? That means you're not fighting, you're not holding on, you're not, here Lord, you take this and I'll leave it in your hands, and you reach out and try and take it back. You just say, Lord, this is yours. You deal with it. You fix it. And then you keep on your mission. Right? That's number 1. Number 2, well, maybe why is number 2 why you haven't been in a relationship is, have you been celibate, and have you healed from past trauma, such as past relationships? Have you processed, old emotions? Could be an addiction. Have you, been working on beating your corn addiction, for example, for guys? Because if you don't have that under control or free of it, you're not going to be able to marry, because she's not going to like the fact that you're looking at other women on the internet, when it says in Proverbs by even Solomon, it says, let each man have his own. But it said, let your wife satisfy your desires and needs. You see, it says right that, or something like similar to that in Proverbs. But in Solomon says that you should be satisfied by your wife. You shouldn't have to look at stuff on the internet, and as a guy, if you don't have that under control, it's going to affect you. Number 3, you're not taking your mission seriously. And that's mainly for guys, like, you have a mission, but you're not taking it seriously. Like, you're not actively pursuing God and doing what you're supposed to do. And a lot of guys will start out, good, and they sprint, but it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And a lot of guys will burn themselves out quick, and then they lose their mission. Now, why are some women attracted to guys you wouldn't think about it? Is because it's their mission. They're driven. Women like that. They like a man that's after his goals. But what Christian men do is, if they get this feminine, godly woman, they start leading her, they start slacking. They start dropping off their mission and doing the things that made her attracted to him in the first place. He quits doing. And number 4 would be, he hasn't probably put you in a relationship yet, is because you're not ready to lead. Okay? This was a major one for me. I was about 2 years after, I made my rededication, and I said, Lord, I'm ready. I said to God, I'm ready. I'm on, grind. My corn addiction's pretty much, gone. I got that, really under control, and I'm just doing this and that. And it's like, Lord, I'm ready to lead after 2 years. And God's like, no, you're not. He said, no, you're not. And he said, okay. He says, we're gonna see how well you can lead. And some positions came up at church where I could lead in prayer, and my YouTube channel started off then. And he said, okay, do this faithfully, and I have. And then finally, as a few months ago now, at work, I was put into a foreman position. As you know, if you've been following the video and the channel for a bit. And he said, okay, lead. And I realized, after being in this leadership and being challenged, I really wasn't ready. I realized that until you're put in a leadership position to where people are looking to you, and you have to keep guys going, to keep guys employed, to find work for them, to keep them going, so they have a paycheck for their families. And then you got to deal with customers and stuff. You get you get a lot of stuff on you. There's a lot to being a foreman. And you got to train people. And if someone's got to be sent home, you got to make that call. If you got to let somebody go, you have to make that call. And that's not easy. Because you work with the guy and you get to know him, and then you have to send him home because he's not working proper. You know? And that's never fun to do to anybody. But it's making difficult decisions and growing. And God showed me through this that I thought I was ready, but I wasn't ready. Now I'm in a better place to where I have to lead. Yes, I can. I've led prayer once or twice at the men's Bible study I was part of. I have my YouTube channel. I lead guys at work. I step up. I'm training a new guy. I'll be training more people. And just something I do. I'm stepping up into a more of a leadership role. And I'm comfortable there. I wasn't when I started, but I wasn't ready when I thought I was. So, number 4, leadership role. Number 5 would be, I put it down pretty low on the list because I've dropped a previous video, but number 5 would be financial. And are you financially, balanced? Do you have a savings? If he sent you a godly woman to take care of, can you keep you and herself going? And when you have a kid, can you keep your kid going? Is your job enough? Do you have enough money ahead that if something happens, you can sustain your family until you find more work or something? If you answer no to that and you don't have any savings, and you're just basically, to use a term, dicking around, then no, you're not ready for a woman, and he's not going to give you one because you're still a boy in a lot of ways. And if you're not being serious in your mission, and you're not keeping the faith and trusting, like God's trusting you with the small things, sharing your faith. Have you started a YouTube channel? Have you started a business? Have you done this? Have you done that? If you haven't done the small things, God ain't going to give you a major thing. You think a woman's going to want to be with a guy that's not saving money, not driven, it's not motivated, it's going aimlessly nowhere? You think she wants somebody like that to lead them? No. They won't follow that guy's lead because in reality, you can't lead yourself. And if you can't lead yourself, God's not going to send one of his precious daughters for you to lead so you can just lead her down an old, trail of sin and failure. You see, you have to be ready. Those are just 5 reasons, and they're general ones. That's why I picked them. There's a lot of stuff I've had to go through. Like I said, it's not bashing anybody. It's like, it's my personal experience. I had to go through the exact same things, and God's done a lot of work with me. Like I said, it's been 6 years. I'm still single. I'm still working, but I'm focused. I'm building my career. I'm building myself. I'm establishing myself in God and His Word. I'm building myself at work. I'm getting leadership positions. I'm effectively leading. And I'm keeping the faith, and I'm staying on my mission, which He said is YouTube channel. So, I'm on my mission. And, that's basically my mission right now. And sure, I'm still single, but I don't really think about it an awful lot. Sometimes, it's like, oh, I wish somebody was here, but I know that in God's timing, He will send that person when you're ready, and not before and not after. So if I haven't met somebody yet, it just means I got to keep going down the path, keep following God, trusting Him, keep on the grind, because I'm obviously not ready. And part of that is surrendering. That's the first point, surrender. You have to basically accept. You can sit around, mope, cry about not having a relationship, being lonely, and you can do all this, but if you aren't building your relationship with God and you're not on the mission, He's not going to send you somebody because it's a helpmate. That's what life is supposed to be. Someone to help you, someone to push you. But if you don't, then guess what? You end up, you're not driven, and they're supposed to help you. You're supposed to lead them and give you support. That's what they are. They're there to support and, help you along. So, if you're not ready for that, then guess what? He's not going to send you. This has just been 5 reasons why. They're quite general, but if you want, there's, like I said, lots of them. But just keep on your mission, follow God, and just build I'll use a parable here. Somebody mentioned to me quite a while ago. Guy mentioned it. It was comparing it, like Adam. He said, what did Adam do? Well, he tended the garden, and then God brought him Eve. So he trusted God and kept his mission. And tend to your garden, and God will bring the butterflies. Okay? That could be a little parable for you there, but yeah, if you do your mission, and Matthew 6:33, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added on to you. If you do that, then you will have somebody someday. Just got to keep trusting God and the faith. Keeping that and on your mission. So, it's been Voice in the Wilderness, soldier, bondservant of Christ. Signing off, we're supposed to get, I guess after tomorrow, 2 days of solid rain. As you can tell, the clouds are darkening in. And we have sunshine over here, which is sunshining, and blue sky. And we have more gray over here. They're kind of weird. Like a pool of blue sky and sunshine, and the rest is dark storm clouds. But then, Voice of the Wilderness, I will, whenever you see this, blessed day or night, and stay safe in these dark, crazy times, and I will see you in the next one.